Since this is an online class, we're going to be doing a lot of online discussions. And so, what I want to do here is to show you how you're going to do the discussion forum posts. And again, this is detailed in the handout, so if you don't feel you need this video, but I just thought it would be useful. So basically, this is might be a little different for you, depends on how many of these you've done. But there's different ways to access it. So you can access it in the discussions tab, but the easier way is truthfully to just go and click on the week one discussion here. That's what I would recommend. Now, um, to orient you, we have a 9-week class. This week, obviously, first week, we'll do something for next week. And I'm not going to have you do anything the week of the final. So that leaves us 7 weekly posts that you potentially could do. Now, of those 7, I'm going to ask you to do 6. So if you have a week where, your arm got caught in the microwave or you fell out of your window a couple times, whatever it is, you can take one freebie off. If you do decide to do all 7, then I will drop your lowest score. Now, the heart of a discussion post it's basically 3 parts you're going to be doing for me. Part 1 is you're going to do a 10-point answer. This is the hardest part, okay? Then you're going to do a 5-point reply and then a question about the week, whatever the material is. So 10-point answer needs to have the following things: 300 words long, based solely on the assigned reading, lecture, and or video. But again, usually there's supplemental things, but we mostly want to make sure that you're reading the textbook. It's got the detail. I don't mind if you supplement as well, but because we all kind of want to be working off the same material. Incorporate in the discussion of the key terms. So if you go back to the weekly handout, you'll see a list of terms. And again, you don't have to drop them all in, but again, it just shows you've done your due diligence. And then that post is due by 10 o'clock on the Saturday night. And the reason is because you have to do a reply. If everybody waited till midnight, 10 o'clock on Sunday, then nothing gets done. And you don't have anything to reply to. Now, when you reply to somebody's post, it should be 100 words long and be on a different question than the one you answered in your 10-point answer. And don't just restate or agree, add something to the original post. Now, the 5-point question that's extra is just something to extend thinking. So something you want to know more about, something you didn't understand. And what I would do when it was a live class is I would open class by going through those. So what I think I'll try to do this summer is I'll take a look at the questions and go through and record answers to them. Sometimes, especially if I see like the same like question from like 5 different people, then I know, oh, maybe there's a point that's a little unclear. So the discussion questions generally cover everything I could test you on. So it benefits you to do some better answers. Now, if you're the first person answering with a question, put the question and number in the first line of your response. This makes it easy to find other people's responses to your question. Now, what about so anyway, we talked about the other weekly discussion forum. It takes me about 2 weeks. So what am I looking for in your graded posts? And again, I'll let you read this, but more or less is if you're the first person, just add, answer the question. If you're going after someone else, you've already seen what they had to say, so try to incorporate some new information as well. It gets boring for me in my lonely office here to read the same thing again and again. So try to, extend each other's thinking. Now, I'm also looking for well-written posts, so don't have typos or errors. All right. And again, mostly information from the assigned or optional reading. I'm okay with some supplemental stuff too. Again, but I'm looking that you've read the textbook and the sources. So if I give you a supplemental thing, I'm looking for evidence that you took a look at that. So whether it's one of my videos or something else. And again, when you reply to a classmate's post, this is relatively self-explanatory. So we can kind of leave that here. Here's kind of a basic checklist for what you want to do. And then here I attached one of my good posts from last semester. This was written by a student on a question from the first week. And so I thought you could do that. And you actually have the same question this week. Um, Beyond that, that is pretty much it. I can show you when I grade them what it will, whoops, wait, wrong link, but show you real quick what it looks like when I grade these. There we go. So when you go to, so the discussions will be in two different pieces, but when you go to grade it, the rubric is going to look like this, assuming we load properly. There we go. Little internet that could. I think I can. There we go. So your rubric looks like this, right? So up to 10, down to 0, and it's always better to have something over